everybody, welcome back to another video. In today's video I'm going to be doing my April TBR, I guess. This is my first time I'm going to be taking part in the magical readathon in Orilium, hosted by Book Roast. I'll leave their announcement video down below because they just explain everything so much more better than I would. But I've made a character. I've called my character Patroclus, after Patroclus and Achilles. I then completed the questions for the novice path thing to get your guild. I haven't completed the novice path prompts, but I'm gonna do that in another month so I can actually earn it, I guess. But I had 1 diamond, 2 circles and 2 squares, so I could have chosen to join the Archivist or the Order of the Crescent, and I've chosen Order of the Crescent because I want my character to be in tune with nature and just the earth and thing. That's kind of what I'm planning them to do. And also they get to have an animal familiar, which I love. I've chosen to have a little a tiger cub. I hope that's allowed, I'm not sure. I haven't thought of a name for them yet, but this is all just is in my brain anyway. And then I looked at what calling I want to do, and the one that I'm going to be doing is called the Wild Form Druid, and these are the people that are into nature and shape-shifting, and it's all very nature based, and that's kind of what I want to specialize in. And this is one of the hardest ones, I think she said, or it is possibly the hardest, I'm not sure. So obviously I'm going in in the deep end, but I'm so excited. And it's all fun, it's all enjoyable, it's just something different that I thought I'd take part in. And yeah, so there are 8 book prompts I need to complete to pass the spring semester, and these are animal studies, so I need to have a coin. If it's heads it's non-fiction, if it's tails it's fiction, so I'm going to quickly do that. I haven't done this in forever, and it is a head. See, yeah, so a head is non-fiction. Okay, so I need to find a non-fiction book that I plan to read. I'll get to that in a sec. And then I've got Art of Illusion. I need to match my clothes to the cover of a book. I'm wearing blue jeans, I'm wearing dark blue this. So I think I'm going to pick Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover, because I feel it goes quite good. It's sort of the light blue there and then the dark blue, whatever, I'm not sure. This is sort of a love story, I'm guessing. I haven't read anything by Colleen Hoover, but if you'll see in a sec, but there's going to be a theme with the books I'm choosing that I have another video planned for April, and it involves this woman. So yeah, this is what I'm going to pick for Art of Illusion, match the colour to the book. But yeah, just quickly saying, although I'm saying this now, it all might change. If I find another book that I want to read instead that fits the prompts, then I'll just read that. But I'm really not a TBR person. I don't like to plan everything out. I sort of just like to read when I come to the next book. But these are the ones I'm just gonna put forward if I don't read them. Does that make any sense? Anyway, and then the next one I've got is Astronomy. This I need to have 2 letter E's in the title, and I was going to choose November 9 by Colleen Hoover, which is about this man who is trying to write a novel, and then he meets this girl, this woman that is moving cross country from LA to somewhere, and they meet every day, like every year on the same day. I'm guessing November the 9th. And she is like his inspiration for the story, but then like she's sort of like it didn't really happen like that, I believe. So yeah, so that's what I'm gonna pick for 2-letter E's. Then I've got A Conjuration, which is a friend recommendation book, and I'm going to pick The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This is also one of my 23 of 2023 anticipated reads that I really want to get to, and my best friend has really recommended this book. She says she absolutely loves it, and well, the whole of BookTube and Book Talk everywhere says they love this book, so it's about time I get around to actually reading it, and I really do want to read it, so that's what I'm picking for that. Then I've got Elemental Studies, which is Flowers on the Cover, and I am going to pick It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover, because that is like a broken flower. This is, well, I'm not going to call it a love story because I believe it's about domestic abuse, and obviously that's not love, but it's I don't know what it is. I'm gonna read it and see what I think and tell you. So yeah, so that's what I'm picking for Flowers on the Cover. Then I've got Spells and Incantations. This is a book that is between 389 to 419 pages, and for this I'm going to pick The 100-Year-Old Man Who Climbed Out of the Window and Disappeared by Jonas Jonasson. This is translated from Swedish by Rod Bradby. This is about a 100-year-old man. He's about to turn 100. He's in a care home, and then he decides to escape and like just have like a big old wild journey, and it turns out that a lot of his like past and events he's like that has happened in his past has actually been influential in like many events in the 21st century. And yeah, so this book is 390 pages, so fits the bill just enough. So yeah, I'm choosing that one. Then the penultimate prompt is Restoration, which is to close my eyes and then shuffle and point. I do not know what I'm going to pick for this, so I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I might just do it in a separate video, or I might incorporate it with like another edition of like going to a book box, closing my eyes and just picking whatever, but I'm not too sure, so I'm not going to actually say anything yet, but when I get to that I'll just do that. And then the last one is Shapeshifting, which is a book that has a wolf on the cover, the title or the author's name. If you can't tell, nearly all the books that I've got are like contemporaries, like literary and other things like mysteries and stuff, I guess, but the majority of people that I've seen that take part in the Magical Readathon, and like people that have done their TBRs and stuff, mostly read fantasy and like sci-fi and them sort of genres, but that's not me. I don't read fantasy. It's not that I necessarily don't like it, it's kind of, I'm just not really interested in it, apart from Babel was amazing. But yeah, so I don't really have anything that I know of that actually has like a wolf on the cover or in the name. I tried to have a look, but my book's kind of a mess at the moment. However, I'm going to make a little adjustment because it says wolf on the cover, but I really want to read Mrs. Dalloway by Virginia Woolf. Obviously her last name is spelt W-O-O-L-F-E, I believe. Put a picture here, and I would love to read that in the month of April, and I'm going to choose that for this prompt. I know the person that created it, she says you can like change things, and like it's all fun. It's like there's no like policing of the readathon, so I'm choosing to just add a little extra zero into the prompt and pick Mrs. Dalloway, because I really want to read this. This is about a woman that is like it's like set drawn one day of her life, and I believe she's like preparing for like a party or something, but then she also like thinks back to like other things that have happened in her life. And I know it's like women that have like feminist messages and stuff, and it's a classic, and yeah, so that's what I'm picking for that. Oh, actually, whilst I'm here, I can get this quickly on there. Because I picked Heads non-fiction, I might read this. It's called Love and Fuck Poems by Coralie Dimitridis. I'm so sorry, I believe I probably pronounced that wrong. This is a poetry collection, so it's sort of non-fiction, I guess. It's a 52-page story told through poetry. Okay, there's no fluff, no birds and trees, it's just honest raw poetry. So this might actually not count as non-fiction, but it might, I'm not sure. But anyway, I will obviously get to that. But another thing, the channel Book Grows on their Instagram released a new career path, like a bonus one, I'm guessing, and it's called the Bog Ponderer. I'll put a little picture of the thing here, and I feel like this would quite fit well with what I'm doing, and there's only one prompt you need to fulfill, and it's only for the spring semester, and that is elemental studies. And I'm not going to double up with Ends With Us, but I'm going to choose this because this has flowers on the covers. This is Ghosted by Jen Ashworth. Here's like what it's about, but I read it like when I bought it, but I kind of want to go into it blind again, because I've sort of like got it out of my mind, because it sounds so amazing. I absolutely adore this cover, so I'm gonna choose this, flowers on the cover, and hopefully earn like an extra like calling of the Bog Ponderer. That just sounds quite interesting. So yeah, now I've got two other book prompts I need to fulfill for other challenges, which I have in my reading journal. The first one is the Buzzwordathon for 2023, and the April is emotions. So obviously, like, I might pick that, love, but the one I would probably read is maybe Pride by Leona Story. This is also another one of my 23 or 2023 reads, and I would really love to get to this, about a 17-year-old who comes out and like she's like pushed away by her like family and friends, but she cannot keep running. So I feel like it might be sad, but like I really want to read this, and I believe it's like very like indie self-published, so I do want to support her. But if I don't read that, then obviously like love was also in that if I don't pick that, and then the other one that is a monthly thing is my lifetime of reading, and for April it is someone in their 90s and 100s, and that's what I am picking, the 100-year-old man who climbed out of the window and disappeared, because I don't know what I have that is the main character is like 90 or 100. That's like the only one I could think of, so I am going to pick that. Also, another book that I haven't fit on here yet is Verity, that I would quite like to read, because I do plan to do a Colleen Hoover reading vlog, if you didn't guess that from the other three, just to see, is she worth the hype? Do I like her? Do I not like her? What's the drama? What's the tea? Let's spill some beans on the way. So yeah, but other than that, I don't think there's any other books that I particularly want to put on this TBR. I have, from last month, I said I was going to read 3 Paulo Coelho books, but I didn't read them in March. I might read them, I'm not sure. It's just going to all come down to how I'm feeling. because this is a very relaxed sort of like the way I approach TBRs. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video nonetheless, and if you're taking part in a magical readathon, tell me what you're going to be reading down below. And I'm really excited to start my journey in orilium and like my calling of becoming a wild form druid. Which sounds really fun. It sounds like there's a lot, and like I feel like I think there's like the autumn one, there's like other ones you have to complete as well, so I'm not too sure, but it's going to be kind of stressful. But anyway, I'm just starting my journey. I'm trying to show you that you don't have to read like fantasy books or whatever to take part in it. Obviously most of mine are contemporaries, and yeah, anyway, well, I will see you soon, and stay tuned for updates on the magical readathon and some other reading vlogs in the month of April, and I shall see you very soon, everybody. Bye bye.